When I'm making my art, I don't make it for the outcome. I make it for the experience that I have while I'm making the art. To learn that process of creating my art that way was difficult. When you're a kid, you don't think about an outcome, you just really just do. Growing up in St. Pete, I'd literally be outside all the time, real like drinking water from the spigot type kids, you know, like it was really just me getting to know myself. All I cared about was skating and drawing. That's really all I had, like a notebook and a skateboard. My name's Khalil, but my friends call me CLETUS. I would just be sketching and making art throughout school, throughout like when I would go home. My mom always tells me like I've always been drawn or attached to something creative, so. Skateboarding like really like brings out that raw form of creativity with it. People don't realize that skating is such a form of like self-expression. It's really all self-expression. Like the style you skate in is the style you're born with. When I was 13, like when I first got my board, I was skating every day, like 9 to 9, 12-hour days. Like I didn't give a damn. I just wanted to be outside skating. We'd be everywhere skating, all my homies. I was really happy that I was able to find friends who lived the same way and had the same understanding for life. Like I really connected with people for real. And those people to this day still be like the realest homies I ever had. When I was 16, my family moved to Ruskin. Ruskin is genuinely like bumfuck nowhere, middle of nowhere. It was beneficial for my family, but all my friends are in St. Pete. I had no transportation. For me at the time, it felt like moving to North Dakota from New York City. It was definitely a hard transition for me. The problem wasn't even that we didn't have many places to skate, you know, but it was more so that the vibe wasn't the same if I wasn't with my people, you know, like it put me in a state to where I just thought that shit wasn't finna go my way no more. It was just really easy for me to dwell. After I moved, I was still drawing, but it just didn't hit the same, you know? It didn't give me that same drive to keep doing art the way I did when I first was doing it, so. It was very outdated and it looked a lot like my old art. Coming to age as kids, we don't have control of our references and what we bring in. We bring in what we are around. My main reference would be the Dragon Ball Z style for years. Everything in that style, pretty much. I was just chilling at night and I drew my last like Dragon Ball Z photo. It was a picture like Super Vegeta or something from a video game. I spent hella time into it, you know, but it didn't look as good as the reference. So I'm like, what am I doing here? You know, like genuinely, this doesn't make me feel good. I'm not an individual and doesn't look like me. I feel like I'm just doing art to do art. I got a new sheet of paper and then I tried to make my first sketch just based upon how I feel and what I like to look at. There's no outcome in mind for this one. It was just completely free thinking and based upon how I felt in that moment, that day. This is where it all started. And the very first one I did something exactly that I liked, 10 times more. So I realized that if I put that same work into my own individual art, it would come out so much better and I feel so much better regardless of what I put down on that paper because I trust myself to be who I am. So I'm gonna trust myself on the paper and just do what I like. And now that skating was out the picture, after I moved to Ruskin, I didn't have that freedom anymore. So I had to like retrain my brain to find that freedom within wherever I was. From then on, literally after that drawing, I only strived for my type of art. Like, that's all I went for. And not drawn from a perspective of what I want, but drawn from a perspective of how I feel. That realization helped me create the best art of my life. Changed everything about me. And the way I do my art, it definitely replicates the way you do skating, because you have to be committed and you have to be like in the moment for what you're doing. If you're going down like a hill, you can't stop yourself. You have no option. You're gonna have to either land it or like fall and bust your ass. Skating really like helps form that callus of having self-trust and belief in yourself. And that's enough for me to put my pencil on the paper and make anything, you know? That's all I need. When I start a piece without an outcome in mind, it's really just the fact that the process is the outcome. To be able to build your own momentum through like the things that you like to do is a really beautiful thing, and something that you won't experience until you do it. Being a kid, for me, being creative was just me being me. It wasn't me looking to be something. I want to add something new to the world, you know? And it's still me, you know? And it not be ego-based, not be timeline, not be catered towards people. It's just gonna be unfiltered CLETUS.